Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Queenswish 2. We're still in this not very advantageous situation here, but I'm kind of determined to deal with these remaining row raiders. I mean, how much more could there be, right? We know that there are at least 4 of them in these rooms up here. And not too bad individually. I mean, they really aren't. But, you know, we're obviously at a pretty beat up state as it is. So let's see. Well, we know there's 2 enemy in there. 2 enemy in there? Yes, 2 enemies in there, as some people also say. No, there's actually 3 of them. I don't think... yeah, not quite. If I could still move, I would actually take a step and try to freeze them all at the same time. I mean, are these different stats-wise? Oh yeah, this one has more health. Oh. Okay. 3 armor, 1 armor. Okay. So they are slightly different. Let's just shoot the first one. Okay. Not a great start. Now everyone's damaged. I mean, it's what it is. It's gonna happen. You can step away. Should be able to... yeah, finish off this first enemy before... oh no. Okay. Now I see how that enemy is different. I don't think we saw them fire a shot last time, did we? Certainly don't remember. Let's try that again. Wait. Okay, hold on. Since we know... yeah. I think we need to try and, you know, take every advantage we can at this point, even if it means gaming the system a bit. Is this close enough? Yes, it is. Now, if you could hit all 3 of them, good. That's a good start. I like that. I do like that seemingly this game has solved the problem, you know, the persistent annoyance in the Avernum games and even the Abaddon games, I want to say. Not sure about that. Where, you know, where the automatic pathfinding would not walk your character through spaces occupied by allied units, even though you can, you know, manually walk through them. It would always try to find a way around. And, you know, so in one of the Avernum games, if I had, say, clicked here, my character would not actually have walked over here, assuming there is a way around this way. Instead, it would have just run off in that direction, wasting all the action points. So yeah, I'm glad that seems to be no longer an issue. But, well, maybe I'm celebrating too soon, but anyway. So you're down to 10 health. With a decent shot, I should be able to finish you off. However, we know that you have range attacks and you can hit pretty hard. So would it be better... well, I'm definitely not going to kill them, though. I think my best bet is to try and finish off enemies, just to reduce their overall numbers as quickly as possible. Oh, wow, that was a good hit. 8 damage. Oh, don't... okay. Well... at least they're done. Done for. Dealt with. Okay, so ones work at point blank range. Good to know, because I guess they're technically classified as a melee weapon. Okay, we did get some stuff back. I'm gonna heal first, just to save first, just in case I mess up again. I mean, now she's the lowest. But she should typically not be in the front line, so I think I'm gonna risk leaving her that low and rather fix... what's her name? Elspeth? Yes. I mean, again, I'm not gonna get too attached to these characters because I will replace them at some point. Also, I did not mean to walk there. Again, I was trying to scroll the camera just because, you know, it's just so ingrained in my muscle memory, but it's fine. See if we can shoot this wolf before it gets a chance to do anything. Well, so much for that. Erod Nebar. Hello there. So there is a boss enemy here. That's kind of bad news. Well, I think the only reasonable thing is to try to take them out of the equation. Yep, I was afraid that would happen. Okay, that was not too bad. I'm gonna have you shoot the raider, and then I'm gonna have her... Oh, she doesn't have the... I forget that she doesn't actually have the area attack. Well, in that case, I guess she's just gonna stand there and try to stun this guy. Okay, that worked at least. 2 damage though. Oh boy. Well, we're still alive for now, but... Yeah, well... 8 and 16. Okay, so magic is not gonna work really, damage-wise. That makes sense. Stun resistance 80... mental resist 90%. Okay, so that probably affects fear, if I had to guess. Right. Or curse. Well, curse might just be debuffs, as in, yeah, stat debuffs. Right. Mental is probably things like fear. Let's see, you have less magical armor, so why don't we deal a whopping 4 damage to you? Okay. Switch weapons. Block all the damage. Oh, also, hi, Erod Nebar. One of the Rokash raiders steps out into the hall to face you. He has no armor or weapons, though. He wears the robes of a mage with wand and orb. You realize how little you knew about the Ro when you came here. For example, you didn't know that they had wizards. He points his wand at you. We stayed too long. We were wrong. We accept our fate. Wait, what? We stayed too long? We were wrong? We accept our fate. That doesn't sound like he's threatening us. That almost sounds like he's giving up, which I would be okay with, given our situation. Wait, you're a Ro wizard? The man stands up straight, deeply offended. Of course, we are not crude peasants. Wait, I mean, I guess if depending on my tone, that might have been offensive. Wait, you're a Ro wizard? Ro have wizards? I thought you were savages. That's not what I meant, though, but I guess the game did imply that, so my bad. Of course, we're not crude peasants, no matter what Haven thinks. We Ro must master all the arts of war. Fair enough. Who are you, then? I am Nebar, Erod of the Rokash. Okay, so Erod is a sort of title, not a name. Not of the Erudico, not anymore. Erod of the Rokash, not of the Erudico, not anymore. You're an Erod? The Erod are the learned of the Rokash. They learn facts as our land rots. The Erudico, or Erudico? Ha! The Erudico think they are the true keepers of knowledge. They gain power, but they keep us weak. I am glad I won't be one of them when I die. You tried to slay royalty of him, I must die? Wait, hold on. Not so fast. Why did you come here? We came here to learn Haven's secrets, and we came to kill you. The raid was doomed to fail, but that is all right. This is only the beginning. Well, we'll see if this necessarily has to end in bloodshed, in more bloodshed. But how do you control the cow wolves? The mage only smiles. Okay. What sort of secrets did you hope to find? We didn't know. Haven hoards all the magical secrets of the world. I hope that some of them could be found here. It is but another way we failed. Who sent you on your raid? Erod Nebar laughs. Oh, you will find out. It will be known. We failed to kill you. We failed to learn Haven's secrets. Now I will face my fate. He points his wand at you. Wait, what? No. I was going to spare you. Not that it's really so much an option as a necessity, because I don't see us defeating this guy. well, let's see. We didn't even finish off this one. It's not boding too well. What the heck? That's new. Flaming sphere. That thing is gonna explode, isn't it? Doesn't have any resistances, but... Welp. Can you... Oh, I switched you to... Sword. Wait. Can you... Oh, okay. Now you can shoot that thing. Right. She's still running away. I mean, 8 health. I guess technically we could destroy that thing. Of course, I don't know what it's gonna do. I'm gonna try. I mean, it's almost pointless to even try terrifying this guy. It's just not gonna work. But he's also not gonna take any magical damage. So I think we're just gonna use a spark attack on that thing. I mean, sure, weaken him. So he kills us less hard. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Oh. Apparently it's not automatic game over when your main character dies, which is definitely good. That might also have happened before and I just didn't register that. Okay, well, anyway, needless to say, that is, yeah, not great. So, what do we have down here? Also, what I was meaning to look up, how close are we to leveling up? Not very close at all. Wow, okay. I guess quests must provide a lot of experience, because we've been getting like 1 experience per enemy, right? So, yeah. That's not going to happen anytime soon. What do we have here? This crate is full of letters and records, not surprising for one of Haven's ports. Paper is the fuel that runs the Empire. Laws, contracts, records. You search through them for a moment, but you don't find anything useful. It looks like someone dug through them recently. Right. That would be Nebar, I suppose. Let's save down here and see. Oh, that's also locked. So, right now, our only option is to deal with that guy. And I don't think there was an option to find a peaceful solution, was there? Well, maybe we can at least take out this wolf, or these wolves. I'm not even sure anymore what we dealt with here. Stand back. And with any luck, the wolf is not gonna be able to reach us. There we go. Okay. Are we good? It seems like Nebar is not joining, at least. Okay. Just waiting a few turns just to make sure that he's not gonna round the corner any moment now. Because that would be unfortunate if I saved in that kind of situation. Oh, except now he's there. Well, at least it's 4-1 now, and we're in a slightly better shape than before. But we just can't really deal damage to this guy. With 8 physical armor, he's gonna absorb almost all of the damage we can deal. She can stun a few times, I guess, like twice? Yeah, a few times, huh? If only. Wait, that's not even her. Okay, anyway. 9 damage, that's not as bad as I thought, honestly. Okay. Stun resisted. He is slowed, though, for what it's worth. Anyway, let's not insult him this time around, I suppose. Who are you? So we can just cut to the chase. But we cannot say... We do not have an option, you know, to offer to spare him. Erudico. Right, so if we try to get any kind of information out of him, he's just gonna mock us and not tell us anything. So we might as well pick this option, I suppose, just to see how he reacts. You must die. Well, yeah, you tried to assassinate him. I tried. I wish we succeeded, but we didn't even find any secrets. We were fools to agree to the raid. I know that those who come after us, will end our torment. Wait. Right, so we didn't even get that option because I guess we asked too many questions and made him angry. I demand that you surrender. I am of the row. We can ignore our deep truths only so long. We have been insulted for too long. Now there is no surrender. Only victory or death. Yep. And immediately we die. Well, I mean, I guess I'm gonna... Well, no, there are too many of them, of course. Row Raider. There's absolutely no way, especially if we miss any attacks. We cannot afford that. But, yeah. Let's at least see what the sphere does, I guess. Maybe it's just gonna attack us. Which is, of course, bad enough. Okay, it explodes for very low area damage. Oh, I mean, 2 damage is only 2 damage, but of course we start off with pretty low hit points. Yeah, so there are way too many of them, needless to say. So let's see if we can retreat. It seems like we can. I mean, there might be a chance that we could potentially pick off some of these other enemies without angering the mage. But if this works like the first game, then it's actually pointless if we can't deal with him, because by leaving and returning, all the enemies in here are probably going to respawn anyway. So, yeah, I don't know. That might have changed, of course, and not every enemy might always necessarily respawn. Not sure if that was how exactly that worked in the first game, but you were definitely expected to, or, well, all but required to defeat each area and each dungeon in one go and carefully manage your resources. That was kind of the whole idea. So just, you know, whittling down the enemies a few at a time and resting in between just wasn't an option. And I'm going to assume that that's how it works here. But I guess we'll get a chance to learn that firsthand soon enough. Can we see that tile? That kind of bothers me. Oh well. Anyway, let's do some Overland exploration, I suppose, as we make our way to that fort that we're supposed to reach. Once you're clear of Port Osborne, you look around. Prince Sutter and you spent the 3 days since you arrived in the Rokaj hunting these valleys. This is the normal terrain of the Rokaj. Tight valleys, broken up by sharp spires of stone. Down here in the gentle coast, the land is green, nourished by the frequent rain. Once you leave the coast, the terrain gets hostile quickly. You advance carefully, looking for raiders, bandits, and violent opportunists. Happily, none are visible yet. That is sure to change before long. Okay, Port Osborne south, Fort Meadow 4 north. Are those enemies? They might not be. From the distance, this looked like a camp of loyal warriors guarding the pass and keeping it safe for you. Row does have a proper army, loyal to Heaven. Wait, so... Row? I thought the Row are the people of the Rokaj. So this should be Rokaj, right? If it's talking about the land. Or is Row just a sub-area? No, wait. I think the game itself is being inconsistent here with its usage of the terms. But we'll see. Maybe there might also still be things and details that I'm not properly understanding. Does have a proper army loyal to Haven. They are wearing its insignia. As you greet them, you realize that their military garb is old, torn, and ill-fitting, doubtless stolen. The raiders realize that you have seen through their disguise and they draw their weapons. Awesome. Okay. We'll see how this goes. At least, okay, these are only level 1. These are enemies suitable for our level, of course. That being said, I'm sure, well, I mean, they're going to be able to one-shot, what's her face? Patricia. If nothing else. Oh no, yep, like so. That sucks, actually. Okay, so this guy needs to go first. Oh no. Well, that's me, of course. Gonna have to get back into the habit of saving frequently. Okay. Let's get those messages first. Take a look at this. So those are definitely patrolling enemies. And while there are quite a few of these, but they're not that tough. So if they don't get a lucky shot at my one character who's susceptible to a one-shot here. Wait, these are different. Okay, this one is actually called an archer. I thought they looked different before. Didn't they wear something green? Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, there are two archers actually. Well, never mind. One archer. Oh, come on. Actually, what does it look like with fast missile animations? Since we are using pretty much exclusively missile attacks, that seems useful to know. Nice one shot. Okay, I guess it's just literally faster. Sped up animations, which is okay. I guess we're not really missing out on anything then. Yeah, it's the same thing, just faster. Definitely appreciate that. Okay, switch to melee weapon, like so. Spicy, but we lived. Wow, we regained a lot of stuff here. Can we? Nope. Well, we can't use abilities outdoors, but we can just re-enter like this, and actually do some healing like that. Kind of wish I could have spared a healing for the main character, but you know. Okay. Also, just only quickly looking around. Oh, okay, these enemies are back. Yeah, pretty much as expected. So the map just... I'm gonna assume the map just completely reset, basically. Except for loot, of course. That's not gonna come back. At least I don't think so. Okay, so we can't freely move through here now. Okay, it's quite a bit longer to the actual fort. Interesting that at the very beginning of the game, we actually had a quest marker over here. Now that's gone. Huh. What's up with that? Obviously, that is our destination. In fact, let's see here. Salt. That's still looking exactly the same as before. Right? No. No, I guess not. The second part did update. Right. Okay, anyway. Let's deal with these. From the distance, this looked like a camp of loyal warriors. No. Not a camp at all. They were patrolling. Oh well. Let's see here. Archer. 2 archers, actually. And their wolves. Oh, right. Okay. One shot. One shot, one kill. No. Not worth it. I was hoping to get at least 3 of them. But... as things are... maybe we can one-shot you with a spark? No, not really. Well... I'm afraid they might get a shot off, but the thing is... they're down to 6 health. These have 19. Yeah. I guess there's... well... I'm still gonna use the bleeding attack. Like that. Yeah, they're not gonna die, and they got a shot off. I mean... I basically figured that was exactly what was gonna happen. Oh. She evaded. She's not dead yet. Not looking great, though. I mean, gonna make use of the fact that she was able to move freely. Yeah, I'm gonna finish off that wolf. 7 damage. Not good. Okay. Well, we did regain enough to heal once again. I can probably also make it to the fort without any fights if I just try to avoid enemies. I just hate doing that, I don't know. It's just goes against my nature. Let's see. Oh wow, we actually did make it to the fort. So you are friendly, right? The farmlands of Fort Meadow 4 are tended by this lone group of workers. Some are row, a few came from overseas. Your mother would be appalled to see her land so neglected. They bow as you pass. There is a problem here, but it's not really your problem. I mean, it's going to be. You finally reach the outskirts of Fort Meadow 4. This is a fortress of Haven, one of 7 in the Rokaj. You're standing on actual Haven land now, given to your nation by treaty. Haven's vassal states always give up these patches of land for your fortresses. Unfortunately, you see little here to make you proud. Fort Meadow 4 has been neglected for years. The roads are torn up, the crops are failing. Some of the workshops inside have even been abandoned. So has the military camp to the east. Military camp to the east. Oh, up there, I suppose. You can see why Sutter sent you straight here. Now that you actually need battle support, there is a lot of work to do here. Oh, yeah, right, yeah. This whole area is the military camp. Can we talk to you guys? You meet a small group of Havenite soldiers. They came here from overseas to help keep control of the row. Keep control of the row. And they are doing a bad job of it. Their equipment is outdated and poorly maintained, and they are in terrible shape. When they realize who you are, they are terrified. You calm them down and tell them to continue their patrol. There will be plenty of time to whip them into shape later. Well, is this... Yeah. The orchards of Fort Meadow 4, like every other part of it, have been miserably neglected. The wagons and baskets are falling apart. It has been many years since your family visited, and it shows. Wait. So are these not resources we can pick up? Okay. I'm assuming that's still a thing, though. Just finding random caches of money and other resources out in the field. Lascara to the southwest. Fort Meadow South? Well, yeah, duh. Do you even need a sign for that? Pilgrimage Road to West. Let's see, Lascara, right? That's actually pretty nearby. And there's the Pilgrimage Road, all nicely labeled. Alright, Gentle Coast. You recall from your geography lessons, excuse me, that most of the Rokaj is at a higher elevation and fairly dry. Only the lowlands of the Gentle Coast get wet. These abstract lessons rapidly become very real as you enter a region where the rivers from the mountains pool in the lowlands, making a thick swamp. The smell of rot is in the air, mosquitoes feast on you, and you would swear that you see shapes moving in the mist ahead. Let's maybe not deal with that then. Just quickly finishing up, looking around, discovering this bit of terrain. Let's enter and see what this part of the gameplay is actually going to be all about. Right, so we got these plots of land within within the outpost that we can actually assign to different buildings then. But first things first, you enter Fort Meadow 4, Haven's main fortress in the Gentle Coast. You dimly remember visiting here when you were a small child. Back then it was run down and neglected. In the last few decades it has been allowed to crumble. Shockingly, nobody greets you. No guards are visible. They must be off dealing with the raiders from the north. Your escort runs off to secure the fort. Okay. Sutter promised that General Miranda would greet you. You do hear people talking. The voices come from outside the only fully intact building. There is a warehouse and command post in the center of Fort Meadow 4 looking out over the river port. Your warriors depart. Speak with General Miranda in the center of town to learn how to recruit them again. Or, well, recruit some actual party, I suppose. At least, I hope people that we can name, or, not that I'm not probably going to go with a pretty default party composition. If for no other reason than, well, there are only so many different skill trees, right? And I would like to see all the different kinds of gameplay in action. So I'm probably gonna go for one mostly melee fighter, maybe one sword and shield. I was thinking actually kind of changed my mind on the whole ranged character. I don't know. I guess I could have a second fighter who is more of a sword and board kind of character, and then have my main character be an archer. Or I could go the warrior route and then have someone else, you know, be an archer, or maybe even just be a two-handed, more offensive melee fighter. And then, of course, we have a mage and a healer. I guess we could technically combine the healer and archer into one, perhaps. Maybe that would work. Of course, you know, splitting your skill points like that is always, I don't know. It might work out, might not work that well. We'll see. The headquarters of Meadow 4 loom over the small port to the west. Long docks extend into the cold, wide river, which flows down from the tall peaks of the Rocage. You can see a large warehouse hanging off the back of the hall. The building is intact and under Haven's control, a nice change of pace from the mess you've seen so far. In front of the hall, an aggravated General Miranda is getting a report from some Haven scouts. You know her well. She helped you greatly during your mission in Sacramentum. She takes a break from her shouting to give you a wave. Okay, select a character to talk to it. I guess so far we haven't really had to talk to anyone, huh? So let her talk to us automatically. Oh, okay. General Miranda, level 1. I guess she's more of an administrator than a fighter. When General Miranda turns to face you, and also yes, I do recognize her portrait there. I think she was literally just the administrator of our central base in the first game. I think. So that's neat. You can see when General Miranda turns to face you, you can see the relief on her face. You have a reputation for being unpredictable. Do I now? But given the miserable state of the fort, any help is desperately welcome. She waves away her scouts to return to the jobs, turns to you and bows. Prince Atantuo, it is an honor to be working for you again. I wish I had a better report to give. I think I'm done with the row. Please help me to get home. Well, don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I need your report. What's your status? So you're a general now. Oh, I guess you wasn't before, huh? I'd like to know more about what you've been up to. Right. I mean, that can wait, though. Let's get, the official business out of the way first. So, yeah, what's your status? She looks at the backs of the departing scouts. Not terrible, actually. We have been raided by a small, determined force from the mountains of the Row. So, okay, the Row is another place name. That is also the name of the people who live there, I guess? And then the Rocage is the larger area that contains the Row and other places? It's a little bit confusing, isn't it? I guess it's not too bad. They've taken several locations and are holding them. Prince Sutter has already departed to dislodge them from a few mines they seized. He believes that their leader is there. Okay. Who sent this attack and why? I guess that's a pretty good question. Two very good questions. Unknown. The force was small, fortunately. Prince Sutter hopes to grab one of their leaders and question their prisoner vigorously. Question the prisoner. Who are the attackers? A mix of raiders from the Lodaga and Cow-Wolves. Interestingly, the Cow-Wolves seem to have been obeying the humans. This is rare and strange. Cow-Wolves can be trained, but it is very difficult. Perhaps Sage Harlan can investigate this question in calmer times. Harlan. Doesn't that name sound familiar as well? Is Fort Meadow 4 under threat? Not currently. The raiders bypassed us, heading directly to Port Osborne. No doubt to abduct or kill you. The raiding force is small, but their actions are a true outrage against the dignity of Haven. Sure. Fort Meadow 4 is an odd name. Oh, yes, well, early settlers called it Fort Meadow because the gentle coast is so, well, meadowy. But all forts of Haven have to have different names, and when the settlers reported the fort name, a 4 was appended to it. Wait, what? Records, rules, but... Why? That only makes sense if there were several forts called Fort Meadow. But this isn't mentioned here at all. Okay, I don't know. I'm just going to assume that there were multiple. And this just happened to be the fourth one? I don't know. Whatever. What is the status of Fort Meadow 4 now? As you can see, it is, well, it's pretty gruesome. Haven's fortifications in the row have been neglected, to an extent that Prince Sutter found, well, he said a lot of loud words. We will be counting on you to direct its rebuilding. First, however, Prince Sutter left some orders for you. Of course he did. I already have more orders. Your older brother was fairly insistent. He wants the raiders driven out and the areas they stole liberated. I can relay his precise instructions to you. First, however, you should recruit some soldiers. Right. Let's do some small talk first. So you're a general now. What have you been up to? Oh, I'm sorry, Prince. I'm sure we will have time to talk later. For now, Prince Sutter was very insistent that I follow his orders and ignore instructions. Oh, come on. He's not here. Yeah, come on now. You can ignore my brother for a bit. Getting stuck between squabbling royalty is not a situation General Miranda enjoys at all. I'm so sorry. I think I had best follow the directions of the man who might be king someday. No offense. I mean, if he dies, I might be king. Oh well. Sure, let's talk about recruiting soldiers then. I have seen firsthand how competent a warrior you are. Well, I used to be, I guess. I forgot basically everything I learned in the first game. Leveled all the way down from, what, level 30 or so, down to 1. Pretty pathetic, actually. But that's RPG sequels to you. Anyway, for you, rather. Anyway, competent warrior, yes, well. However, assaulting a raider stronghold alone would be... Prince Sutter was very insistent that you have help. Happily, the 3 soldiers who escorted you here are still at your service. 3 warriors. 3 warriors. I could actually use a lot more, like 50? Yeah, not wrong there. General Miranda gives you a weak smile. Usually those on a stealthy or diplomatic mission travel with a smaller complement. Yeah, you know... I'd still rather take 50, though. Oh well. That would make for a very different game. Also, 3 is all we have to spare. My apologies. When you're ready, please find me in my office. She turns and enters the trading hall. Right. Fair enough. Okay, now we can edit party. I see. Oh yeah, there's a dedicated button for it. Alright. You'll want to recruit 3 other characters to go with you on your adventure. Press the Edit Party button, press the plus on the right to add it to your group. Add the other 3 characters. You can also make new characters for your roster. If you build a fort in another nation, you will be able to recruit characters from there. These will have new special abilities. Right. That's right. I think that's pretty much exactly how it worked in the first game. And I found it a little bit unfortunate there. Only because... you know, unlocking more options later means that, you know, I'm gonna... once again, I cannot get too attached even to characters that I personally create now if I know that I'm eventually going to replace them, right? And if I don't plan to replace them later, I'm just never going to be able to make use of those additional options, which is a shame in a different way. So I kind of hope that this might be one of the things that they changed and improved upon. But I guess, I mean, it makes sense story-wise. Well, maybe I shouldn't worry too much about it and just consider the other party members mostly just, you know, tools to be used and discarded. Yeah. I have a new quest, do I now? The rebuilding, right. You can rebuild your colony. Before you can rebuild your colony, you will need to gather supplies and learn how to direct the construction. Right. For now, I believe we have 0 resources still. Right. First, recruit some warriors. Fair enough. Let's get that out of the way. Elspeth, Terrace, and Patricia. Delete them. At least we can edit them. I mean, if I'm going to use basically these same archetypes anyway, I can move you down at least. I might as well just keep them. I could rename them. Right. Haven. Let's see what options we even have. Nation Haven Soldier. I guess this might become changeable once we actually unlock that. Let's just see what... oh, okay, never mind. Krana's Woods. Warrior of the Krana's Woods has special nature and healing abilities. Okay, so that I guess they would make for a particularly good Healer, of course. Low Daga, special abilities that inflict powerful debuffs and wear down enemies. Okay. And a High Letha. Special abilities that charm your enemies and liberate you from the mental control of enemies. Okay. No extra special abilities. Right, well, these are not an option for now anyway. Oh, I cannot actually back out of this. Well, can I? Well, delete, yes. Thank you. I guess I'm just going to roll with these. Don't want to rename them? I suppose I could, to make it at least a little bit more personal. But then I run the risk of growing attached to them. I'm going to be fine, I'm sure. And you know, even if I kick them out of the party, obviously, they're just soldiers doing their job, and I can always pretend that they're still around. And in fact, they are still going to be in the roster to be used later, if I so choose. But I mean, obviously, once I unlock more interesting character options, I'm never going to go back to just boring old Havenites. But oh well. We can also edit our own character, huh? Well, same options as before, of course. Alright. See fort summary. Oh. I see. I think this screen might be new. Maybe not. I'm sure there must have been a similar overview previously. No resource shortage penalty. Okay, right. They're like upkeep costs. So we're gonna end up building like production buildings. No, we're actually going to liberate things like lumber mills or whatever, and mines and other types of areas that produce resources for us. And then we build things in our outposts that cost some resources to build, and then also have an upkeep, but that provide either, well, I guess shopping opportunities or passive buffs, things like that. Again, the game is obviously going to explain all of that to us. Okay, I'm gonna rename these characters. Just yeah. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. You don't even want to know how much time I spent thinking about this trivial thing, because obviously it really doesn't matter much what these people are called or what they look like, but, well, here they are. I guess I'm gonna just quickly show them off. So, basically, well, okay, the names are taken from the book that I'm currently reading. If you can figure out which one that is, kudos, I suppose. However, the characters themselves have absolutely nothing to do with how they're described in the book. I just use the names, because I'm terribly uncreative sometimes. And I was basically thinking, you know, that we're just taking, so you know, these recruits or whatever, these people that we are being assigned as our guard, the only people that this miserable outpost can spare, are kind of supposed to be the bottom of the barrel, right? So we have this you know, veteran but aging and thus you know, maybe not the most, I don't know, what's the word? I'm looking for something like seaworthy, except battle-worthy. Is that a thing? Anyway, so this aging warrior who has seen his share of combat, although maybe he's been mostly spent his career on guard duty and not actually seen much combat. And either way, he's, you know, not in the best physical condition just because of his advancing years. So yeah, we have this guy. Then we have the young and ambitious but inexperienced sorceress Pat. And we have Ray, who's, you know, a really cheerful guy, but, you know, and he can heal a little bit, but otherwise he's just, I don't know. Not that great. Anyway, that's all the backstory there is. It's not any more involved than that. And I did not actually add them to the party, so let's fix that. There, and there, and there. So, yeah. That is going to be that for the time being. Right, where were we? I suppose now we're supposed to head into the actual outpost. As you approach Miranda's office, you walk by a gleaming mirror. This is a remarkably useful magical device. It enables people to speak with each other over great distances. Okay, so wasn't that some sort of gate in the first game? Not a mirror, I think. Maybe it was a mirror. Oh yeah, no, it definitely was a gate. And we actually did use that in the end of the game, at the end of the game, to travel back home. Right. Anyway, for example, it enables your mother to nag and pester you from thousands of miles away. Wow, convenient. At the moment, it looks like an ordinary mirror. No messages for you. If it sparkles, that means someone wants to speak with you. Right. I guess it makes sense to have it in the main building, because it used to be off, like in a side room. So if I didn't specifically check for it, I would miss when it was sparkling and when there actually was a new message for me. Right. Each of Haven's 7 forts has one of these mirrors. You can check them often to get information. Sometimes this knowledge will be useful. Sometimes it will be useful. Wow. You look into the mirror, you see you. Nobody is trying to speak with you right now. When the mirror sparkles, someone is trying to contact you. Gotcha. Right. Hello, Miranda. General Miranda says, "What else do you need, Prince? I can give you guidance and support as needed." Well, I have recruited more soldiers. Now what? And now I can relay Prince Sutter's message. There is something he wants you to do. Not me, of course. I would never give you orders. I would never give orders to royalty of Haven. But, well, he told me what I have to say. Right. Sutter wants me to do something. Fine. What? So, when they were rushing south, a handful of the raiders went east. They grabbed control of Spiretop Lighthouse. Prince Sutter wants you to go there and retake it. Get what intelligence you can. Do Haven proud. Bear the flag high. All the usual. You've completed the quest by reaching Fort Meadow 4. This has given you enough experience to give you a level. Okay, good. When you end the conversation, you will learn how to train your characters. Gotcha. And what is Spiretop Lighthouse? Oh, she checks some of the notes on her desk. It's a lighthouse, constructed by Haven. It helps merchant ships through a particularly jagged area of sea. It's not hugely significant in the scheme of things, but even one tower held by this rebel is too many. The prince's words. Right. Where's the lighthouse? Leave Fort Meadow 4 and travel east on the roads. Follow the signs. We don't know how many enemies... But we don't know how enemies are there? And Sutter is sending me? Oh, Prince Sutter gave me a response in case you expressed such a sentiment. Well, he's very foresightful, I guess. Is that a word? She nervously picks up a scrap of paper. Please, these are your brother's... Please, these are your brother's words, not mine. Go on. She reads from the paper. Atantuo, quit your whining and show this rebel what Haven can do. No enemy force could ever be too large. Not sure that's true, but okay. General Miranda winces. I'm not sure that is true, but yeah. But it is what he said. We await news of your victory. Right. Soon enough. So, anyway, do we now have time for some small talk, maybe? You're a general now. Oh, I'm sorry. Come on, ignore him. Getting stuck, no. Huh. Well, I want to know about Prince Sutter then, I suppose? Of course. He arrived not long before you, in the greatest of haste. He received my report, gave some orders, said some things about you, and departed immediately. What did he say about me? Oh, she greatly regrets mentioning it. You make it clear that you expect an answer. He said, I managed to get brother out of bed and doing something. Atantuo should be useful for once. General Miranda looks deeply unhappy. Wow. Seriously. I mean, did he forget how well, expertly even, I managed that whole Sacramentum situation? Sacramentum? Sanctuary? Whatever. Something like that. Well, that's Sutter for you, I suppose. Where'd he go? To hunt brigands to the north. He thinks that he can find and question their leader and learn why this raid happened. Will the prince be safe? I'm sure he'll be fine. Fine. Mighty fine. I devoutly hope so. I'm not worried. Everyone knows that Prince Sutter is enormously gifted in battle. As are you. Right. That's enough of this topic. Right, okay. Right, we did level up. You've just gained a level, your characters now have more health and energy, and their abilities and attacks will be more effective. Awesome. And we gain a skill point. Right, everyone leveled up actually, with a bit of a delay. Now let's see. Okay. Even made some good progress into level 2, or level 3 rather. So that's good. How much did we gain stats-wise? Okay. Like 5 hit points and 1 extra point of energy, which is of course a pretty decent improvement at this stage in the game. Now let's see. Skill point. I mean, we start with these. It's not like we can take away any points. At level 2 gives extra 25% damage bonus and more bleeding. I mean, honestly, I like this. The bleeding damage, especially because it's also stackable, is really nice to have. Steel skin, passive, always active. Oh, I do like passive abilities, that's for sure. 20% per point resistance to bleeding, poison, stun, and mental effects. I mean, that's a lot. Right, it says per level, but it's a 1-level ability. It's not talking about character level, of course. That would be too good. Okay, can we get these? Oh, we totally... Nope. To train the skill... Oh, never mind, it says there. You need to buy 2 levels of skills in the tier below it. Right. Well, it doesn't say that here, but never mind. Never mind that. What else do we actually have? I mean, I'm not going to spend anything on magic or support on this character, I guess. Unless... Gives your heals and blesses a 24% chance of not costing action points. I mean, that's neat, but obviously that's only useful if you're actually casting those. Which, you know, eventually I might want to give more characters healing. In fact, that's probably not a terrible idea. Also, there are these passive bonuses. So, yeah. +1 energy, also nice. 20% bonus to all afflictions you cause and increase magical damage. Well, the extra energy would be nice for any character, of course, but I really think that I don't think that I want to give most people magic just for that, I suppose. We'll see. Cultural. Haven's Might. Powerfully hastes and blesses all allies, right? But 3 energy, though. I mean, that's a pretty steep cost. Haven's Mercy. Powerful heal. I mean... Of course, I would also synergize with Battle Medic. Haven's Command provides damage bonus. Okay, so wait, that's damage bonus? Hasted Bless. Okay, so that's different. Maybe, does it say what blessing is specifically? Speed? Well, speed. Turns in combat more often. Okay. I mean, that's useful for sure. Oh. And that's just passive haste. Healing wave. So what is blessing then? Oh, blesses all allies, increasing their damage. Wait. But this specifically gives a damage bonus. Okay. Oh, that's, again, it's passive. Derp. Right, within 4 spaces. I see. I guess it could use the same terminology, but I suppose blessing specifically is the temporary buff. Okay, that's fair enough. Alright, I just need to actually read what is on the screen sometimes. Do I just go for Brutal Blow? No, I think... Yeah. Since I'm playing on a, you know, slightly higher difficulty, I think investing in some defense is not a terrible idea. Now, as for you... I guess I'm gonna... I don't know. Maybe I'll make him more of an archer. I mean, right now he still has a spear, of course. I mean, defense would be just as useful to him, of course. So maybe I'll just go with that. The whirlwind attack is really useful, really nice to have. I mean, so is the stunning, so I don't regret him having that. But I think I'm actually going to unlock whirlwind attack because, yeah, I just want to have that on both of my frontline fighters, basically. As for you, magic. Let's see here. I mean, just a straight up 2-point damage increase. That's just really useful. Really nice to have. Or I could buff this. No, I think I'm going to probably go for this one first. Weakness. Yeah. Reducing damage. Yeah, I mean, that's... Sure. Typically, I think I want to focus more on just outright killing enemies. And we have other ways to weaken them already, so... This doesn't strike me as particularly amazing. Call bones, of course. Well... They used to be pretty squishy, but obviously having anything to distract enemies, even for a turn or two, is pretty useful. Also, it's cheap, so there is that. Okay, so these are... Right. Wait. You can learn these from someone in the Rokash. Oh. So these are not the abilities specific to recruits from other areas. But anyone can actually learn these. Maybe I'm just gonna take the time in between episodes to read all of the various abilities just to give myself, a better idea of what there is, what I can work towards. But for the time being, obviously, most of it is not available anyway. So I think for now I'm just gonna go with this passive buff because I like passive things. Yeah, and it absolutely makes sense to make his healing as powerful as it can be. Because we need to, make those limited points that we have more efficient. I guess it also makes sense to invest in some of the magic skills for him just to, to give him those much needed extra points of energy. It's kind of unfortunate that, investing in the healing tree does not already do that for you, but oh well. Anyway, that is that. Let's save that, I suppose. Chief Cestus, hello. Probably should also... Oh yeah, you know what? Well, maybe we can finish this conversation here before I call it an episode. Looking at the timer, though, I probably should have ended right there. But oh well. This used to be a grand hall where emissaries from Haven met with leaders of the row. Like everything else in Fort Meadow 4, it is neglected and depressing. At least there is still one official here to speak for your nation. She is an old woman. Doesn't look that old to me, but okay. Wearing ill-fitting leather armor. It bears the insignia of a chief, a commander of one of your proud forts. Right, I think Miranda used to be a chief before she became a general. Chief Miranda? Sounds about right. Right, a chief, a commander of one of your proud forts. When you approach, she slumps in her chair and lets out a tired sigh. Oh. It's an honor to greet a Prince of Haven after all of these quiet years. I'm Chief Cestus. I have served in Fort Meadow 4 for many years. Now that you have looked around, I'm sure you have much to say. I have not actually looked around much, but her voice is fitting, tired and defeated. I have had a chance to inspect your fort. No, I have not. Why would you lie about that? Chief Cestus nods. It was inevitable that this reckoning would come. We await your judgment. Well, I mean, I suppose our initial impression, obviously, was that it was in a pretty sorry state. Things seem to be going well. Yeah, no. Your fort is not in good shape. Yeah. Chief Cestus nods. That is the kindest possible way to state the truth. This fort is useless. It doesn't have to always be that way, though. Haven has returned. Perhaps I can still be of use. I'm sure you can. How did you come to be a chief here? Sure. My first posting was in the Rokaj over 30 years ago. I served over all this land. Then I was honored with this post. I served my entire career here. I even remember when you visited. You were a small child, and the last time royalty of Haven came here before now. Okay. 30 years is a long time. Yes, most officers of Haven choose to travel from time to time, see the world, stay fresh. I chose to have roots. Okay. So you chose to stay here. I love this land. Even though they are on the brink of war with us now, I admire their spirit. Also, we are their overlords. Oh, their overlords? Their overlords. The sun in their sky, even though we ignore them. Oh, okay. Not sure about that one. I settled down, raised a family here. It happens. So, any long-term plans? I will do anything to help you return peace to the row. Then I will retire. I will stay here no matter what cost. Good to know. Then you can replace me with someone up to the job of rebuilding. Well, I guess we'll get to rebuilding pretty soon, so, what happened to Fort Meadow 4? You are my prince, so I must be honest. It was neglect. After your father, Consort Darmal, died, the Rokaj was forgotten. Or that is how it has seemed all these years. I take full responsibility for the state of Fort Meadow 4. My underlings share no responsibility. Okay, that's honorable of you, but that doesn't help anyone, of course. This is an adequate response. I need a more honest answer than that. I mean, if there is more to say about this matter, then I probably should know. Not that I don't believe her. I don't know. The chief sighs. We did not get support or resources. Oh, that kind of honesty. Gotcha. We were allowed to decay. It was as simple as that. Resources due to us were diverted. Quality due to us were diverted. Quality officers soon learned not to serve here. Right. So obviously it's ultimately Haven's fault, as is basically always the case. Did you not tell Haven what was happening? I did as often as I could safely do so. I did not want to annoy the Queen, but I tried to let her and Princess Delia know of the difficulty of their situation. Their? Or our? Whatever. She realizes that she is going too far. They rule. They really rule, dude. They see the entire... They see the entire empire. I have no right to question them, but they were told. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I suppose this was a low priority place, so, and there are only so many resources to go around, so it's, you know, is it really anyone's fault? Maybe. Maybe the Queen and Delia, her advisor, should have done more. But, oh well. How long have you been neglected? Well, I mean, quite a few years. Your father, Consort Darmal, was from here. After he died, our land was abandoned. She looks at you. I saw you when you were a child. Your whole family visited here. This was long ago. You look like him. Right, and apparently there are enemy warriors around who kind of look like me, so maybe... Well, I mean, very obviously related to me in some way. So, yeah. Looking forward to learning more about that. You're still responsible for your fort, no excuses? Well, I mean, if she does not get any kind of funds or resources, then what can she do? I'm sure she actually did try her best. And yet it wasn't good enough. We may be facing a new uprising, and we are not ready. A true Havenite would have found a way to do better. Even if you don't judge me, I will. Okay, well, sure. You can do that, but let's just try to fix the problem rather than just, you know... Yeah, this. I will need support from a mission here. Anything I can do for you to help restore the fort? I don't know if we should word it like this, but yeah. Not yet. Right now, Prince Sutra's orders override all. I understand he wants Spiretop Lighthouse retaken. General Miranda can tell you more, right? Once that is done, speak with me again. I might be able to help you. Okay, fair enough. So that first official mission is basically gonna be an extended tutorial, I'm guessing. Introducing me to more of the basic mechanics before I, you know, get side quests and all that. And I'm more free to wander where I please. That's fair enough. I'll need support for my mission? Of course, Prince. What little we have is yours. I should call your attention to the mirror and the portal. Oh, there is a portal, okay. We have created quarters for you upstairs. There are supplies and a place to rest there. Any real help, however, will have to come from General Miranda. It is an honor to have her here. In return, I may occasionally need your judgment. Right, that again. Yeah, looking forward to that. Tell me about the mirror, the portal, the quarters. Oh, this is becoming another long episode. It's fine though. I'm gonna finish this conversation here. Wouldn't feel right to interrupt now. So tell me about the mirror. It is right outside this office. When it sparkles, someone is trying to talk to you. It is how Sharyn's palace speaks with us. It has been quiet for a long time, but now that you are here, right? About the portal? It is in one of the northern halls. It leads back to Sharyn's palace. Once you are done with the row, I expect that you will be using it to return home. Is that how we got here? I thought we came by ship and landed in the port. Anyway, tell me about my quarters. They are upstairs, looked over by your butler. You can rest and store excess equipment there. We will give our lives to keep you safe. Okay. Tell me about General Miranda. She has taken over my office to the east. She's extremely quick and competent, I must say. Much needs to be decided about the future of the Rokaj. When you have made a decision, it must be delivered to her. Okay. You may need my judgment. This is the foremost of Haven's forts in the Rokaj. Sometimes we need to judge legal disputes for our vessel state. The most difficult ones are brought to this hall for me to judge. It can be very difficult, and I could use help. Please drop by this hall from time to time. I may need your wisdom for a trial. Now that an uprising has begun, I'm no longer sufficient to handle the trickiest bits of diplomacy. I'm not sure I am sufficient, but, well, we'll have to deal with it sooner or later. Okay. And I guess that is that. Yeah, do I have a new quest? Oh, the fort's restoration, right. You will need to reclaim the land around. Yes. Okay, so, for now, focus on the main quest. Gotcha. Okay, well, that should be more doable than the... well, I guess technically we are all level 2 now, so I'm honestly kind of tempted to return to the port immediately and see how much better we would fare against that enemy there. I mean, I should definitely look around. Well, I will definitely look around here first. Finish looking around this fort. See if there's maybe a more acceptable melee weapon for my main character, if nothing else. Because obviously that ornate sword is not really cutting it. No pun intended. Yeah, and, you know, just see what else there is to see. There are probably more NPCs in here as well. Some Sage was mentioned, I believe. Sage Harlan, or whatever his title was. And I believe he might be another familiar face from the first game. Or I might be confusing that name with a similar one again. Either way, we are going to finish up exploring this place and then, I guess, go on our first real adventure next time. So, for the time being, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.